One of the biggest challenges that couples face isn't just between the two of you. It's navigating everybody else. From in-laws to friends to coworkers across boundaries, outside voices can add pressure, tension, and a lot of conflict to the relationship. By the way, I'm Allie, a licensed marriage and family therapist and head of relationships at Paired, the app that brings couples closer. And today I'm answering real questions from my audience about navigating in-laws and external influences, how to handle those tricky dynamics with other people, protect your partnership, and avoid the us versus them trap. And before we dive in, if you are ready for more support in having these conversations, the Paired app is like a daily relationship check-in that actually works. Expert-backed prompts, fun games, and bite-sized tools to help you and your partner stay close no matter what's going on around you. The link's in the description if you want to try it. Let's get into these questions. How to best grow a relationship with your in-laws? Focus on them as people or how I treat their daughter? I think you should ask about them. Ask about their interests. Ask about what they like to do. This goes for a relationship with anybody. When someone feels like you are interested in them and don't just take, but you actually give your attention and your interest, your relationship with them will grow. This principle applies to in-laws too. Yes, of course, focus on how you treat their daughter if that's who you're in a relationship with, but the fact is they are people too, and they will grow to enjoy being around you if they feel like you are interested in them as a whole person, not just what you can get from them, which is their daughter. My wife doesn't stick up for me in front of her family. She chooses their needs. What do I do? You and your wife need to sit down and have a talk about presenting a united front. Share why you want to be united with your wife. Share what it means to you to be a teammate, and then also share how it hurts you when you feel left alone. And then once you've shared those things, make a plan together to address these moments in the future. So the next time that your wife isn't sticking up for you in front of her family, you can pause her, pull her aside and say, hey, right now it doesn't feel like we're a team. I'm feeling a little bit left alone in this situation. Can you please stand up for me? Or can we work together to make sure both of us are comfortable here? The truth is, the family will probably grow to respect the relationship more once they see that you two are a really strong, united front. What do I do if my mother-in-law doesn't like me? Continue to treat her child with love and respect, because ultimately you're in a relationship with your partner, not with your mother-in-law. And I know that this impacts you, but your priority should be to be the very best partner that you can be. Ultimately, I truly believe that they will see how you treat their child and grow to respect that, even if they don't like you as a person. I know it's not easy, but personalities sometimes clash. I'm sure there are people in your life who you don't like. It's just slightly unfortunate that this happens to be a new family member. So try and be civil, try and be respectful, and focus on maintaining the strongest, healthiest relationship with their child that you can, and eventually the respect will come. Next question. He invites me to stuff with his friends, but ignores me in front of them. How to talk about it? Ugh, this is not cool. But my first question is, I wonder if he even realizes that he's doing this. Because oftentimes with friends, we're very much in the moment, right? We've got our inside jokes, we're enjoying our time, and we can lose track of what's around us just because we're kind of in that flow. So I would let him in on some specific examples. Like, hey, I felt a little ignored when XYZ happened. And then you want to give him concrete ideas of things that would help you to feel more included. So you could say, next time, it would really help me if you would just, place a hand on my back to let me know that you see me and acknowledge me. Or if you could introduce me a little bit earlier in the night to some of your friends, that would help me feel like I can make my own connections and start my own conversations rather than relying on you to do that for me. So let him in on what's happening and then express tangible ways that he could help you be successful in feeling more included. How do I build a relationship with my in-laws without feeling like I'm constantly being judged? This is tricky, but there's a few things. First, you honestly might just need to get more comfortable with being judged, because in life, people are going to judge you. Not everyone is going to understand you or like you. And yeah, it's unfortunate that these are your in-laws, but someone else judging you says more about them than it says about you. If it's something that's really important and causing a lot of conflict, you can be upfront with them and say, hey, I'm feeling misunderstood on this topic, and I'm wondering if you'd be willing to sit down and we can talk about it. Yeah, that takes a lot of courage. The conversation might not go well, but if it's something that's going to come up over and over again throughout the rest of your life, then it's worth sitting down and trying to have a conversation. But frame it as, I'm feeling misunderstood and I want to clarify values, intentions, priorities, rather than you're judging me, because that conversation isn't going to go well. One other thing to note is that there's a generational difference here. Oftentimes, in-laws or parents have different mindsets about things that you do at your age, and you're going to feel judged just because of the generational gap. So give them a little bit of grace and realize this is how they were raised. This is their mindset. It doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. It's just a difference that we're probably going to have to learn to live with. How do we set boundaries with in-laws who show up unannounced or expect too much of our time? So my hack for this one is to initiate future meetups with these in-laws. And then when they're starting to push boundaries and want to come by, reference those future dates. Say, we're looking forward to meeting you on next Saturday. So that way they know that you aren't trying to cut them out. You have a meetup on the calendar, one that works for your schedule and within your boundaries. And then when they say, hey, can we come over today? Can we pick up the baby tomorrow? You say, hey, we are so excited to see you next Saturday. That's what's on our calendar. That's what works for us. We can't wait. Thank you so much for your offer, but it's not going to work today, but we're really looking forward to seeing you soon. This is going to help them feel like, okay, our children do value us, do value our time, but hopefully they'll also be able to back off a little bit and respect the schedule that you have. What do I do if my partner tells their parents private details about our relationship that I don't want shared? Yes, that is very uncomfortable. That's definitely a boundary issue. So what you should do is tell your partner exactly what feels private to you and why it matters that those things stay between the two of you. Then you're going to agree together on what's fair game to share with family and what's off limits. Because there are some things that are a little tricky. Like maybe they have a really close relationship with their mom or dad and are used to telling them everything about their dating life, etc., all the things growing up. And now they're in a relationship with you and they feel like, oh, I should be able to do the same thing. But you have had a very different experience with parents. It's okay that you've had different experiences. You just need to talk about it. So discuss together, what are our free range topics? You know, we don't have to check in before we share these things. What are our maybe we'll share, but let's check in before we do share topics? And then finally, what are our please don't ever share unless something changes topics? Like maybe there's some really private personal stuff that you just both agree this is off limits for now until a future date when we've revisited this. Then once you've decided that, it'll be easier to avoid this problem in the future. My partner's family treats them like they're still a child and it's hurting our marriage. How do I bring this up? Okay, so this is a helicopter parent. They are still treating your spouse or your partner like they're a child, and you feel like maybe it's making them entitled, or maybe they're not working so hard, or maybe they turn to their parents rather than to you when they need something. So anyway, I would start by showing some empathy. Like, I know that they love you and they want to feel needed, which is why they're doing all this stuff for you. Like, acknowledge the positives because your partner probably has a loving relationship with these people, but then share the impact, how it's impacting you when these in-laws step into that parental role, and frame it as wanting your partner to step into full adulthood alongside you. Like, hey, I want to create our family. I want to create our life together. They're still a part of it, but how can we make it so our relationship is at the forefront and we're the leaders? We're taking charge of our life rather than still relying on them. Frame it as shared goals rather than blaming or criticizing their family, and you're probably going to get somewhere. How do we navigate holidays when both families expect us to prioritize them? Oh, the battle of the mother-in-laws on holiday issues is very tricky. But just remember, you can't please everyone, and someone is going to have hurt feelings, but you can handle it with grace and respect. So sit down with your partner and decide, what do you two want your holiday traditions to look like? And then this is the trick. Communicate that clearly to your families, knowing that there's going to be some disappointment, and that's normal, but you're choosing what's healthiest for your relationship. And then you want to communicate that early. I know it's very tempting to give your parents a vague response about Thanksgiving dinner. Say, you know what, we'll try and be there, when really you know in your mind that you're not going to be there. Don't do that. Communicate very clearly early on, rip the Band-Aid off months in advance if you can, and then understand that there will be some disappointment, but now they have some time to work through it. What's the best way to handle in-laws who give us parenting advice we don't agree with? This is really hard, but usually what works with in-laws is to acknowledge their good intentions first. Say, thank you. I really appreciate that you care so much about our kid. I know that this worked for you with your son, and I love that you're sharing this story with me. Thank you so much. We have made a choice to do it a different way, but I do appreciate your input. Obviously, if you don't appreciate the input because it's happening over and over again, then set that boundary. Say, you know what? This is a decision we've made, and you've brought it up a few times now, which is starting to get difficult for me to talk about. I would really appreciate it if on this issue, you wouldn't give any more advice. Understanding that they might be offended, but you can feel confident that you have been as kind as respectful as possible. Relationships don't exist in a vacuum, and that means part of being strong together is learning how to navigate the people around you. Remember, the goal isn't to cut out others, but to decide together what role they're going to play in your shared life. If this Q&A gave you a new way to think about boundaries with in-laws or outside influences, I hope you'll carry that into a real conversation with your partner. And if you want some structure for those conversations, the Paired app makes it so much easier. There are guided check-ins, expert prompts, and daily tools that help you feel like a team instead of letting outside voices take over. The link's in the description if you want to give it a try. If you found this helpful, drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway or what relationship question you want me to tackle next. And remember to hit that subscribe button for more relationship tips, and we'll see you in the next one.